Welcome all, this is CBR250R with another motorcycle vlog. Today I'm going to be doing a little review of the CBR250R. This is actually my wife's bike she just bought, and I put probably about 50 miles on it or so, and just going to give you all some of my impressions of the bike. I was going to start out by actually saying what I don't like about the bike first, which actually isn't a whole lot, but just thought I'd start out that way. What I don't like about the engine is that it doesn't have that top-end rush you'd expect from a small displacement engine. Also, transmission-wise, it doesn't have a real positive first engagement. Like when you first start the bike, you don't get that clunk that you know you're in first gear. Also, styling-wise, I do not like this ginormous muffler that sits on the back of this thing. I don't know what they were thinking when they built that, but it just looks totally stupid. So, and also the rear fender is just a really weird design. Even if you put an eliminator on it, it still looks funky. One other thing I don't like about it is the gas cap. I don't know why Honda designed it so that the gas cap comes out when you fill up. I just don't get that, because, you know, what are you going to do? If you put it in your lap, you're going to probably scratch the bike. You put it down on the ground, you're probably going to get dirt on it, and you know, put dirt in your gas tank. So, and also one other thing, suspension wise, the front forks don't seem to be dialed in quite right. You know what it is? Just a little something about it. Now let's talk about what I do like. Well, engine-wise, the engine is, you know, for a little 250 torquey. You really don't, there's no reason to really rev this bike out. It has the power down low. Now, I've had some time on a Ninja 300, and I used to own a Ninja 250 about 10 years ago, and I can tell you that both of them, you had to rev the valves out of them to make them go, which is, you know, kind of the fun with a 250. That's kind of revving it up, but this really doesn't have that top end like you'd expect a 4-valve engine to have. However, like I said, it's easy to get around in traffic. You don't sound like you're racing away every time you want to get a little throttle on it. I do love the suspension in this bike, except for, you know, the front fork issue. I just can't put my finger on it, but there's just something about the front forks I don't like. But this bike just handles like it's on rails. I mean, I've taken this thing through some turns I would never be able to put my Ducati through. So, I mean, handling-wise, this bike is fantastic. As far as riding, it's very comfortable. I mean, you can put a lot of miles on this saddle. The suspension soaks up the bumps nicely. It's just a nice little bike to ride. And it just feels like you could flick it into any corner. Now, it doesn't feel like it's nervous. It doesn't have that nervous, twitchy feeling like that. But, well, maybe just a little bit. But it totally feels like you could flick it in about any corner. I think I might do a little bit more of a comprehensive review, but this was just my couple of thoughts after about 50 miles on this bike. I'm still haven't quite got it down yet, where to point it, but getting there. This bike we actually bought used with 500 miles on it. I think someone just figured they mastered the art of riding after 500 miles and we're ready for a 600 or something. You know, I think that's a big mistake a lot of people make. But I mean, the thing looks brand new. It's a 2012. Runs like it's brand new. I mean, heck, the numps were still all over the tires, so I think the guy just rode it around the parking lot or rode it around his neighborhood and just figured out how to shift and then figured he was ready for another bike. So I don't know. Also, you can't really tell now because it's windy outside, but the wind buffeting on this bike is really good. I rode it home on the highway, 70 plus miles an hour, and it was great. I'm used to the naked style bike where you get beat up by the wind, but this bike really handles the wind quite well. Wrong gear. Like I said, still haven't gotten used to the gearing and the handling of the bike yet. It's a little different than what I'm used to. But it's just fun to have a little 250 that you could just commute on, you know, or just ride around, and you know, you don't have to worry about, you know, impressing people or racing people, or it's just fun to ride around the bike, you know, and ride it to nearest potential. You know, most of the bikes today, super sport bikes anyway, it's not like you can ride them to their potential anyway. But anyway, just my thoughts on this bike. Like I said, I'll probably have a more comprehensive review after some more miles on it. But I think I'm also going to do some maintenance videos on this bike. It's almost ready for its 600 mile service, so probably make some videos of doing that. But anyway, I shall catch you tubers later.